Well, welcome back to the Dare to Be Great, Dare to Be You podcast. My name is Sean Langwell, and I am your host. And we're breaking the trend that I've had recently of having various guests on the show, people from all walks of life and industry. I've got some exciting guests lined up that will be dropping those episodes after we record them in the next month or so, including a famous comedian, possible a collegiate coach, and many, many more. And just people who are friends of mine, Today is Father's Day of 2026, and I was at a celebration of life for a friend who I went to high school with by the name of Mark Broderick, and there was over 200 people there, and there was just some serious heartfelt things shared about the life that this young man lived and how he lived life on his own terms. And what struck me and the few words that I shared there were that he lived out loud and had a heart the size of the county we grew up in. And he was fearless. He basically he holds the world record for doing 9 forward flips off a 1,000 foot tower in Dubai or Malaysia. And it's phenomenal. And him and my brother Seth, who passed away in 1999, um, hung out for a season snowboarding, and Seth had never snowboarded before. And him and his Mark and Matty Barish actually taught Seth how to snowboard, and he just took to it like a duck to water. So the emotions are a little raw, and I'm going to do something in honor of my own father, Jim Langwell, today. That may be a little tough to get through, but I feel compelled to share it because I've already written the story. My very first book, Beyond Recovery, A Journey of Grace, Love, and Forgiveness, really was basically a love letter to my father and the process of me learning how to overcome some of the resentments of him leaving when I was 12 years old. And yesterday, of course, a lot of those early year stories came up when you hang out with kids that you grew up with who are now in their 50s and 60s. And you're like, so it's raw and it's fresh and it's real, and this is how I roll. The good news is that I'm going to do something today that I haven't done before, and I'm doing it on purpose because the name of the show is Dare to Be Great, Dare to Be You. Two things. One, the story that was in this book, Beyond Recovery, near the end, is was turned into a short story that I had intentions of wanting to turn it into a screenplay. I don't know how to write screenplays, but the story and the elements are there for a really compelling story. What I did through our writing club 3 years ago was submitted it for a 10-minute play contest that was performed by Readers Theater through the Redwood Writers Club, a branch of the California Writers Club up in Santa Rosa. And for the first time in my life, I got to see something that I wrote, something that I didn't know how to do, something that was near and dear to my heart, and a story that really just grabbed me and has stuck with me over the years, performed live by a series of actors in a Reader's Theater fashion. And folks, what I'm going to try and attempt here today, we're just going to roll with it. If I stumble, that's part of life. But the message that I want you to get out of this is it is Father's Day today, and there's a lot of people who have fucked up childhoods. They have dads who were absent, just like my own. They may have had their own guilt and shame that they're carrying about stuff that they did or didn't do with their fathers. And one of the underlying themes of my life since I got sober is to live a life without any regrets. And that goes back to this gentleman, Mark Broderick, whose celebration of life we celebrated yesterday. Is he was fearless, but he lived his life out loud and he lived it on his terms, and he didn't let fear hold him back. He was smart, he was strategic, but he also kept moving forward. And, if you're watching this on YouTube, the Golden Gate Bridge, there's lots of stories that I could tell about that Golden Gate Bridge. But, one of the stories there was, him and a couple of my friends were going to the city one day, and Mark just loved to just do stuff out of the blue. And he climbed out of the car, up onto the rooftop, onto the hood of the car, going across the Golden Gate Bridge. And he's literally on the hood of the car, putting his head down below the bumper, and then, and then he got back in. And just to hear these stories and keep it light and fresh, life is way too short to stay stuck in fear. And that's the underlying message here. It's way too short to hold a chip on your shoulder of a father who took off when you were 12 without saying goodbye, like I did, that led me, and I used it as an excuse to drink for 5 to 6 years from freshman or sophomore year of high school up until the time I stopped in 1986. And this October, all this stuff ties together. This October, I'll be celebrating 40 years of continuous sobriety, and it's still a day at a time because if I don't remember to stay centered and grounded in living the best life that I can and doing my best to not be a dick, which is sometimes hard, believe it or not. I try and be a kind and compassionate person, but on the road, sometimes people piss me off. They cut me off. They aren't moving as fast as I want. And that's just another lesson that's something I have to keep processing. But the chip on the shoulder, the anger, the fear, the resentment, the acting out, all the stuff around my father has been a journey. And, the process of forgiveness has taken multiple forms over the years. But the biggest part of forgiveness is not necessarily for the persons or people who have hurt us. The main point of forgiveness for me is learning to forgive myself and to learning to give myself permission to say, okay, that happened. It doesn't need to own me today. I can come from a place of love and I come from a place of compassion. And when I get the call that we're going to read into here in this short story, that is a screenplay of 10 minutes, um, as a last meeting with my father, this was the last opportunity that I had. There's been subsequent opportunities after this where I've been awakened in the middle of the night with dreams and visions, and my dad saying it's all going to be okay. No more spoiler alerts. We're going to dive in this short story slash screenplay that was one of 6 winners for the 10-minute play contest in 2023 is called Milkshakes in Heaven. Scene one, and it's going to be in third person, and then I'll jump into doing my own voice, and I'm going to actually do all the voices. It says Sean is in the car singing Oye, como va? On a windy road in Santa Rosa. The cell phone rings. It's Joan, my mom, with bad news. Dad, Jim, has been admitted to the hospital and is not looking good. Narrator, Sean in car singing Santana's Oye Como Va on a windy road in Santa Rosa. Cell phone rings. It's Joan mom with bad news. Dad Jim has been admitted to the hospital and is not looking good. Song blasting. Oye Como Va. Oh, Oye Como Va. Cell phone buzzes. Turn down the music. Hey mom, how are you? What's new? Mom. Oh no, what happened here? Where's page two? Haha. I'm okay. I just got off the phone with your aunt. How is Aunt Nellie? You guys gonna go to the casino with Grandma again for your birthday? She's good. Yeah, we're planning to go in a couple of weeks, but that's not why I'm calling. It's your dad. He's in the hospital. Wait, what happened? Your aunt says he's got some kind of infection. It's not good. I know you're busy. He's at community. I think you should go visit. Of course, Mom. I'll drop by tomorrow. I still have to stop by the store and make dinner. I'm so sorry, honey. I know you tried to get past your anger at your dad and forgive him. I never could. I guess I never really got over him leaving. Grip the steering wheel, knuckles white, light a cigarette, park in front of the Jack in the Box. In the window is a sign that says real ice cream milkshakes. Mom, I did the best I could, but I'm still pissed at him. He abandoned us and all and didn't even have the balls to. Never mind. Can you do me a favor? Sure, Mom. What do you need? Oh, never mind. You have enough to worry about. Mom, come on. I hate it when you do that. It's just that after Seth, Mom, I know I still can't. Never mind. I don't want to go there. What were you going to ask me? Just in this case, in case this is the last time you ever get to see him. Mom, seriously, I don't even know how bad it is. Tell him, tell him that I've never stopped loving him. Will you do that for me? Of course, Mom. We'll talk later, okay? I gotta go now. Love you. Bye. In 1999, Sean lost his younger brother Seth in a car accident. The police report said he fell asleep at the wheel and was found curled up on the passenger side floorboard. This, coupled with years of pent up anger from his dad leaving when Sean was only 12 years old, brought all that pain back to the surface. Chain smoking in the car, he recalled the conversations with his dad before Seth's celebration of life. The one when his dad said he wasn't going to show up for Seth's memorial. I've made my peace. I don't need to be there for Seth. He's in a better place. Are you fucking serious? I've made my peace. I've made my peace. What the fuck, Dad? He's your son and he's dead. Seth is dead. You're a fucking yellow belly coward. I can't believe you won't even show up for Seth's service. You left us years ago and you still don't care about us. Did you ever love us? Of course I love you. I've always loved you boys. Like I said, I've made my peace. What the fuck does I made my peace mean? Is that born again speak for you prayed and are now absolved of your sin? I don't fucking get it. I don't need a reason and I don't need to listen to your profanity. I love you and I'm going to go now. I fucking hate you. Slams the phone down and rips it out of the wall and throws it across the room, barely missing his 4-year-old son and wife. Scene 2, next day at the hospital. Sean enters the dark corridor of the hospital. Wood paneling lines the walls. White linoleum, probably made with fire retardant asbestos, covers the floor. He approaches the nurse's station at the end of the hall. Hello, my name is Sean, and I'm here to visit my dad, Jim Langwell. Oh, yes, he's in room 323, that way, down the hall and on your left. Sean enters the dignified room. His jaw drops at the sight of his emaciated father, who lays in a spotted gown, salt and pepper stubble on his gaunt face, his eyes distant and turned toward a gnarled oak outside the window. It had been several years since their last visit, Christmas 2 years ago, after Seth died. Hey, Dad, what's going on? Long time no see. Huh, Sean, I missed you. How are you? You don't look so good, Dad. What happened? What's going on with you? It all caught up with me, son. The years as a firefighter, the partying, living fast and hard. I guess it finally took a toll on me. What did the doctor say? How bad is it? They say it may be a staph infection, but I'm at peace. Sean swallows hard. He's letting go now. Now I know what he meant way back when. He really is at peace. Dad, I want you to know that I love you and it really hurts me to see you like this. I'm sorry for being mad at you all these years. I wish I could take it back. I wish it could have been different. Oh, Sean, come here. Fighting back the tears, Sean leans in to hug Jim and starts rubbing his head. I always remember the times when you used to dry my head with a towel after a bath as a kid. I loved that when you did it super fast like this, or later when you, me, Kelly, and Seth would wrestle in the living room out of the Woodacre house, and Mom would get upset at first and then finally give in and join us. We had some good times, Dad. Fishing, sliding down the fire pole at your job, and that time you got called away to save somebody's home with sirens blaring, plus all the camping trips and visits to Grandma and Grandpa's cabin in Mariposa, the land, all of it. I wish we had more. I know, Sean, me too. And I'm sorry about Seth. I really am. I always thought of you boys, even though we never got to see each other much. I never stopped loving you. I know, Dad. I know. It was just really hard to accept it after you left, but I'm so glad I'm here now, before it's too late. Jim's eyes drift back to the mighty oak outside. Me too, Sean. Me too. I'm not ready for you to go, Dad. You're still so young. Is there anything I can do? Anything you'd like? A milkshake. A milkshake? Okay. What kind? Chocolate. You got it. I'll bring one the next time I come back, okay? I like that a lot. Bye, Dad. I love you. See you soon. I love you too, son. 3 days later, Jim passed. looking out the window beyond the oak trees toward the sky. Dad, I'm so sorry I never got you that milkshake. I hope you can forgive me. I promise when my time on this earth is done, we can all share chocolate milkshakes when we want in heaven. Okay? Cut away to Dad, sipping a milkshake through a wide toothed grin. Of course. Folks, this is what I do. This is my heart. Happy Father's Day. This has been Dare to Be Great. Dare to be you. Do the best you can with what you got. I love you. Happy Father's Day.